guys, welcome back to our Versus series, and we're going to pick fictional characters, one from the DC universe, going to go up against a villain from the Marvel universe.
Yeah.
And the character that I picked to go up against his villain is Batman. And he's going to go up against
Apocalypse.
I don't know a whole lot about Apocalypse because I didn't really read the comic book. You want to give a brief description of him and his powers?
Yeah.
And then I can tell you if Batman's screwed or not.
I'm going to go see. I'll just preface this real quick or put a disclaimer on this because I grew up in the comic book era, the late 80s, early 90s, mid 90s. So this is the origin that I remember being told. If it's changed since then, so be it.
Well, don't follow the movie because I know you wouldn't like how he was portrayed in the movie anyway. Go with what you know from the comic.
Yeah, he's a couple thousand years old. He was born the first mutant in ancient Egypt, and his powers were augmented by the Celestials. As far as I understand, he's one of the most powerful mutants in the Marvel Universe between heroes and villains. This guy he's gone toe-to-toe with a lot and been through a lot in millennia.
Okay. So Batman feels like he has to stop Apocalypse. He's crossed over into the Marvel Universe. He's going to go toe-to-toe with Apocalypse. Obviously, I'm just guessing that it's probably not a good idea, but at first you got to kind of figure out what his strengths are.
Yes.
So Batman goes at him head on. What is he going to face?
Well, the thing about Apocalypse is most of the time he would use his horsemen, as people know. But if you're talking about stripped of any of that...
Okay, well, no, we can start with that. So how many henchmen/horsemen would he have?
Probably 4.
4 or
Famine,
5?
death, war, and pestilence, yeah.
Do you think, Batman's pretty good at hand-to-hand, and he's also got gadgets. Do you think he could get through there?
I think he could probably, because those guys, for the most part, are just like any villainous team. They're there to... They're not necessarily cannon fodder, but they're second to the general.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So he gets through, let's say he gets through from, I wouldn't say relatively easy, but he gets past them.
Yeah.
And now he's standing in front of Apocalypse.
See, that's where this is he gets into the thick of it, because really, I don't know, and this is not...
just go on your guess. Again, this is just our
He would
opinion.
need at least the suit he went up in the
against
movie.
the Batman, against Superman.
At least.
Okay, so he's called to this, or whatever the situation is. He gets through the henchmen. He's standing toe-to-toe with Apocalypse. And Batman/Bruce Wayne is pretty smart. So he probably realizes fairly quickly that he can't stand toe-to-toe with him.
Yeah.
So obviously he'll try a few things. In my opinion, what would happen is that he would probably get defeated, or Batman would realize, I've got to re-strategize. Probably go back to the Batcave, do some research, come back, at least, like I said, either with that suit or just a different,
tactic
altogether to neutralize Apocalypse.
Yeah, I think that's where the intelligence, because brute strength against Apocalypse, he can, at least again with the powers I remember, he's his body is malleable. You can't, if you shoot at him, it'll just come back.
Okay.
He can grow to like 60 feet tall or shrink down.
Boy, that would be
his arm
terrifying.
could stretch like Mr. Fantastic, as far as I remember.
That would be terrifying.
So he's, and as far as mutants go, that class, he's considered like a godlike level.
Yeah.
I think it would have to come down to intelligence. It'd sort of be like if Batman going up against Lex Luthor as far as brains go, but Luthor's,
he's not physically.
Right.
So, as we broke down the first one, strength-wise, obviously Apocalypse is going to win that category.
Right.
Intelligent-wise, Batman has the advantage.
I think he does. I think even though Apocalypse been around, I think his major weakness is his arrogance.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. Especially if it's a human.
And Batman can be humble.
Yes. Yeah.
And as far as skill, that would probably lean towards Apocalypse.
Yeah.
But I don't think Apocalypse would go hand to hand with him. He'd probably use his...
Yeah, more likely than not.
So Batman would have to use not only his skill, but his weaponry, which is his gadgets, to sort of neutralize Apocalypse and get close to him where he could probably knock him out or something.
Yeah, because he has. I mean, Bruce Wayne has unlimited, nearly resources.
Oh yeah, he could just probably type it on that supercomputer. How do you neutralize the?
Guy's probably got a satellite out in space that could shoot down like a disintegration beam and hit Apocalypse with. Who knows?
Yeah, just from his Batcave, he wouldn't even
Yeah.
move. This is an interesting one. This is definitely out of the box.
This is one, and
It
in all
would be
the verses,
fascinating to watch.
Yeah, I've never seen this. I've never heard anyone even speak of it.
Yeah, so there you go. This is what we're going to start doing here. We're going to be coming up with stuff outside the box. Characters, maybe even people from, real life, maybe. But give us some ideas where you want us to go with the series. What would you think? Could Batman stand a chance against Apocalypse? Would Apocalypse just squash him and just move on? Obviously, certain villains in the comic books could probably squash a lot of the heroes, but then again, why would you buy the comic books if he was dead? So... But, let us know what you think. Give us some ideas with this versus thing. We're really going to try to tackle this and do a whole bunch of them. So just give us some ideas. Let us know in the comments what you think.
We could do, what's his name? Howard the Duck versus Superdog.
Yeah,
The-
sure.
The Superman's pet dog.
Oh, Howard the Duck. Oh, Superman's dog.
Didn't he have a dog in one of the comics? Yeah,
I didn't
Superdog
really
or
read Superman comic books. I
I think he
only
had,
read
like,
a
a
lot
dog.
I read Justice League. I read the Injustice series. But I didn't really read Superman comic books.
Well, you could do Peter Porker, the Spectacular Spider-Ham
gosh.
versus Howard the Duck.
Sure. All right. Well, look for that to come in the future.
Apocalypse.